Hey guys and girls, it's February the 3rd. It's probably about 53, 54 degrees outside. I just happened to look out on the porch, and if you can look where my finger's pointing, we have some flowers that are coming up. And some weeds too, so I'm going to have to do something about that. The weeds, I mean. The flowers are nice. Anyway, I don't know, our yard to me in the wintertime, I guess like everyone else's, it looks kind of wore out, drug out, but anyway, when spring gets here, and about middle of spring or so, you get all these buds and stuff like this blooming, and it looks really, to me, it looks really nice. It makes you feel good. Been out here today, I kind of wiped over my wife's car just a little bit from all the snow and the rain that we've had. And it's been a roller coaster this week as far as temperatures and weather goes. We had snow for about a day. Schools was called off for 1 to 2 days, depending on where you live. County schools, I think, was out 2 days. And now the temperature was in the teens. Now, as I said, like yesterday, for example, it was a 62, 65, something like that. But it's just a roller coaster ride as far as weather goes. And where I live, they say if you just wait an hour, the weather will change. Well, I got to say that's probably true. Here's what my plans are today, and I don't mean to bore you to death or make a real long video, but this is what I'm going to do. If you'll remember in my last videos, I had Dookie in the backyard. In the other garage I have back in the back, metal garage. Well, I got it out yesterday to go visit a friend of mine that's not doing real well, and I spent, several hours with him, my wife and I did, and so I thought, well, I'll drive old Dookie, and the reason being I drove this truck is to get it, for one, the yard it wasn't standing in water, and it wasn't, real muddy. So I got it out, and the reason I did, as I said, was because my friend, if you look at my other videos, I wished you would, my 84 Silverado truck is getting the seats recovered, and it's getting a lowering kit. The lowering kit probably should be here this week, I would think. And got exhaust work done and stuff. If you get a chance, I sure do wish that you would go to Gas Axe Chop Shop on Facebook. Now, I don't do Facebook myself, but I do look at my wife's phone occasionally, and my buddy Tim does a really, really good job on everything he does, and I trust him. I'm always talking about friends of mine, and he's a good friend, and I'm really blessed with some really good friends. Can't express that enough. I got some really good friends. And anyway, I thought before I start this truck, I thought I'd show you. It's old Dookie set outside some, but since the 84 is over at my buddy's house, I had a garage space opening, so I didn't see no need in letting it set out. So I put it in the garage, and I thought when I drive this truck over there, I'll drive the 84 home and let my buddy his wife, put the seat cover off the 84. I told her, and she does an excellent job too, I gotta tell you. I told her just take this old seat cover off, which shouldn't be too hard to do, and put the 84 seat cover on it, just kind of patch it up. And it'll kind of match the truck, I'm hoping, but maybe set just a little bit better. This foam, as you can see, is wore out. Everything on this old truck is wore slap out. Still got my glue traps in here, and I check them. I haven't had anything just yet, so anyway, we'll give this a shot. I know this truck will start easy, or pretty easy. You know what, I better not say that. I'll just jinx myself. I'm going to let it start. As I've said before, I hate that buzzer. I drove it yesterday, probably, I don't know, 20, 25 miles maybe. It done good. And I'm going to move this truck to the back. No, I'm going to move this truck. Let me get this straight. I'm going to put the 57 Chevy truck that my grandson named Honest Charlie. I'm going to put it in the backyard and put this truck where Honest Charlie's sitting, because I've got concrete here on the driveway, and I don't really want to, I can't get it out of the backyard when it's been raining as much as we've had. And next week, this coming week, starting tomorrow, we're going to get some more rain, even though we just had some this morning. So I'm going to let this warm up for just a minute, and we'll start Honest Charlie and let them warm up for just a minute, and I'll put it in the backyard. So I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, I stuck old Dookie over here in the grass or leaves or whatever you want to call it nowadays. And it was sitting right here, and I've looked up and under it. I don't see no leaks. That old truck, you know, is to be an old junk truck. It's turned out to be a pretty good old truck. I mean, as far as not leaking anything, and you know, being pretty reliable, I can't really complain. All this stuff's from other vehicles. I've had a lot of vehicles. They all kind of leave a their mark. But anyway, old Dookie has not. So let's get in here and see if we can fire up old Honest Charlie here. And you're probably, you know, I hate to open up the doors on this garage because it is so jam-packed full of, I'm a hoarder. And you're probably wondering what that tarp is there for. Well, this let me start all over. This building, metal building, is metal. And so, obviously, so when you get condensation, it tends to drip all over the whatever vehicle you got in here. And I've had some decent vehicles, you know, that I didn't want condensation all over, you know, freezing and then turning the water and running all over the place. So I stuck this. This is probably a video of what not to do, but it works. And so anyway, getting back to the point, I want to see if I can start old Honest Charlie, how hard it is to start. I've already, to save time, I've already put the key in. I've checked my glue traps to make sure there's nothing on them. There's not, so let's see what we can do. Give it a few pumps. I might want to pull that choke there just a little bit. It seems to help occasionally. Okay, we'll just keep on keeping on. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Oh boy, it started. I'm so grateful. I'm going to move this to the backyard, as I said. And you know, I seen something that this shifter kind of reminds me of, this is a 3-speed on the column, 6-cylinder, 235. And I seen something, I don't know if it's on the internet or what, or I'm not sure, but anyway, I thought it's kind of funny. But if it kind of said something like this: if you know how to do cursive writing, and you know how to do a 3-speed on the column, you could probably rule the world, because everything nowadays is basically automatic, and they're teaching printing in school. So you could actually have your own secret message or whatever you want to do if you know how to do cursive writing, which they taught us in school. I'm a pretty old guy, and I know how to drive a 3-speed on the column. I've had a whole bunch of them. Okay, I'm going to let old Honest Charlie run here for just a minute. Pull the choke in just a little bit. I'll just let it warm up easy and get the oil up to it. Yeah, I think it's going to run. I'm kind of hoping this summer I lose just a little bit of weight. Because, and I do in the summer. There it is running. I do in the summer months. It's a winter time, you know, you don't get out as much, or I don't. And, you know, I have a tendency, because of the weather and whatnot, to stay in the house. And there's not a whole lot to do in the house other than watch westerns or aggravate the wife or whatever. So that's what I'm pretty good at. While we're waiting, thought I'd go ahead and start this 69 and see how hard it is to start. And as I said, for your convenience, I've already located all the keys and found the one that fits. I don't know if I put the, yeah, I put the battery cable on it. Let's see how hard this is. This old truck, I really like this truck. I don't ever drive it much. Can't really get it out of the yard, but let's see what happens here. Okay, got it in park. Give it some pumps. I'm going to promise myself this, when it gets warmer weather and I can get them out of the backyard, I'm going to drive them more and spend more time with them. Did you hear that, old buddy? I'll take care of you. Hang in there. Oh, come on now. Come on now, buddy. Man, this is a good truck. I really do like this truck. Check the oil pressure. Really good truck. I've had it, I don't know, maybe 2 years, I'm guessing. It's not a show truck. It's what I would call a shop truck. You know, it runs and drives and pretty reliable old truck. I like it. As you can see, I haven't finished putting my antenna up to the radio. The radio doesn't work anyway, so it don't matter, but I stuck the antenna up on it just to make it look like the radio does, whatever. Let's let this idle for just a minute. I think it will. Yeah. As I said, this is a pretty good truck. It's a whole bunch of different trucks wound up into one, but it don't matter. Okay. I don't know what that is. Make sure it's not a piece of metal. Nope. It's not. Yeah, there's a piece of metal. Anyway, I want to go back here and, as you can see, the yard's pretty sketchy. And my neighbor next door, I don't want to mess up his yard. So I'm trying to be real careful. But fortunately, this grass on this side of my house is really thick. Like, I wish I had that much hair on my head, but I don't. Anyway, now we're getting into this is still more hair than what I got on my head as far as grass goes and weeds. But I'll pause this for a minute and I'll show you what, if I can get it in the backyard. Honest Charlie doesn't have power steering, so it's going to take every muscle I got to move it. So be with you in just a minute. Okay, I didn't mean to make this video so long, but maybe I'm long-winded, I don't know. But I finally got the 57 back here in the backyard before the rains come again. And it done well. It didn't mar up or anything.